New York State Assemblyman Byrne, your reaction to the news that Senators Schumer and Gillibrand now saying, Cuomo, you got to step down?
Well, this is extremely significant. The list of members from the legislature, the U.S. Congress and Senate calling for his resignation have been growing consistently. But this is the senior top elected officials that represent the Democratic Party in New York State. So it really cannot be overstated here. It's extremely significant, and I'm sure the governor is extremely uncomfortable at the moment.
Yeah, are you hearing from him at all?
From the governor directly? No. I mean, we have weekly calls with the governor's office more about COVID-related things with our delegation from the area, but not specifically to this. He hasn't reached out to me. I know it's been reported he's reached out to other colleagues. It's been news since last night that the Assembly majority has moved forward with the impeachment investigation, something my colleagues in the Assembly Republican Conference have been calling for weeks now. So it's a positive step. But we gotta move fast. We gotta be thorough and do this expeditiously because we do have a budget, and we don't want the governor using his powers as governor to undermine this impeachment investigation either.
We're gonna hit that in a second. Let me just add to the story too that Democrats Jerry Nadler, Carolyn Maloney, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, New York Democrats also say Cuomo should step down and resign. Assemblyman Angela Santa Barbara says there will be more interference from Cuomo the longer he stays in office, and that, yes, Cuomo does use the budget to bully. You just, I think, noted that. In fact, government watchdogs say that Cuomo got millions of dollars in political donations from nearly 350 companies and vendors who then got paid about $7 billion to do work for New York under Cuomo. So you're saying it seems like 360-degree bullying on the part of Cuomo. Is there anything else we're missing?
No, it's no secret. He's been extremely aggressive with how he deals with the legislature, and the previous guest on your show mentioned the comments and a potential obstruction of justice. You could say the same thing about his call to Assemblyman Ron Kim. If he's threatened retaliation, I think that's an impeachable offense as well. And he's going to use what he can to leverage. And I don't want him using the budget. We have close to $190 billion budget in the state of New York, and we can't allow the governor to use his executive powers with his budget process, which is due April 1st, to impede or interfere with any investigation.
We've got an impeachment trial coming up in the state of New York. It's been green-lighted. It's going to get nastier and uglier. There is an issue, too. When you see Democrats stepping forward today, Friday, after Jerry Nadler broke the silence in Washington, the silence of the Democrats in Washington, though, have been deafening. They pounded the table for Brett Kavanaugh to step aside. We're talking Vice President Harris and Kirsten Gillibrand, also Nancy Pelosi. As we just reported just minutes ago, Gillibrand finally called for Cuomo to resign. They were vehement that Brett Kavanaugh immediately step aside, not sit on the Supreme Court. Watch this rundown. Listen to this.
I believe you. And I believe many Americans across this country believe you.
Let's speak the truth, that it was a denial of justice for the women of this country and sexual assault survivors, men and women in this country. Let's speak that truth.
It's really kind of sad because there are two equities that need to be weighed here. One is the integrity of the Supreme Court. The other is the respect that we owe women when they come forward.
I believe her, and I think the women of America should be paying attention right now.
He just thought he could deny it and then go on a political attack and be done. Deny Dr. Ford, deny the two other women who've brought accusations against him, and roll straight on forward to a lifetime appointment on the United States Supreme Court.
Your reaction?
I think there's obviously a double standard here for a lot of politicians. I believe in due process, but there is a tremendous amount of information that's public now that I believe is enough evidence to impeach this governor. I do find it troublesome that some politicians didn't call for the governor to resign after the first allegation, not the second allegation, not the third allegation. I mean, we're up to number 7 now. And it's apparently, for some, it takes 7 allegations for them to actually respond and speak out against this governor. I find that extremely troublesome. So I hope we get to a place where people can actually treat everyone equally, and serve justice equally.
Okay.
And I think we need to remove this governor.
New York State Assemblyman Kevin Byrne, thank you so much for joining us.